Welcome to the award non-winning podcast, Dumbing It Down with Dave.
The following program is rated D for dumb.
Okay, well, let's do this. Exhausted beyond belief, but I'm going to trudge on through because Hal and Figgy is going to sing us a song. Do it, Hal.
9 o'clock, I'm bored to death. Smoke so much I can smell my own breath. My baby left me, my best friend's not at home. Can't get that woman off my mind. I've never been the brooding kind, but there's still one thing makes me come alive. Yeah, I'm gone for a drive.
The following podcast is rated D for dumb. You're listening to Dumbing It Down with Dave, the fastest podcast on earth. Listen to Dave commute to and from work on the New York State Thruway in his 2008 Kia Rio LX. He talks about pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all. Join Dave as he asks and tells you how life ought to be. And now, here's Dave.
Yay, here I am. Love me, listen to me, like me. Hey guys, you want to dumb it down and go for a drive? We can do both. We can. It's not like one or the other. We can do both. Like have your cake and eat it too. So let's dumb it down and go for a drive here in the porta potty, the Dodge Caravan. And we'll do our best to do a half-hour broadcast because my brain right now is mush, shmush. It's and I should not have the ability, really, for all intents and purposes. I should not have the ability to broadcast anything. This should be taken away from me, along with 1,499,000 other podcasters across this great globe. But we do it anyway because we pay the money and they allow us to. And then, some of us get a little bit better at it and some of us don't. And some of us get listeners and some of us don't. And, that's the way it goes. No different than in professional broadcasting. Oh, by the way, professional. I got to look that up because I just got like another $10 payment for my podcast. This time it only took 2 months. That's the shortest amount of time. So I do want to thank you all for listening, downloading, whatever it is that you're doing. I greatly appreciate it. Don't want you to think I take it for granted. I appreciate the engagement as well. So that was the fastest I've ever recouped, or whatever the word is, made $10. It's in a PayPal account. I have to fetch it because they don't let you do it directly to your checking. So I have to go fetch it now. And then I have to transfer it to my checking account. So that's good. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yes, I'm tired. I said that a couple of episodes ago, how beat I was. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. So Dave, is this going to be like every show, how tired you are? Well, I think it's been 280 some odd episodes of how tired I am. But just really, maybe it's the cold. I don't think so, because this is my, 4th or 5th year doing shows in the winter. So, I don't think so. It's not specifically the cold. Is it because of President Trump losing and Joe Biden winning? Yes, that's part of it too. I'm pretty concerned about that. To tell you the truth, I am. And I'm going to be honest with you, which I always am. So why do I say that sentence? Does anybody want to contribute to that? Why do we say, hey, if I could just be totally honest with you? Well, yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing, aren't we? What was all that before? Makes me wonder. But I've had people in my relationships that have said that. Let me be honest. Let me be perfectly honest. Honestly. I'm like, wait a minute. Why do you always have to say honest? You have to accentuate the fact, is that the word? That this is the honest part and the rest of it was pure BS? So to be honest with you, I am examining myself, not physically, but, like I always do. And I'm trying to check myself at the door and go, all right, Dave, are you going to be like a psycho about this? Because the president that you were, I don't want to say the word supporting, but the one that you thought was going to do the best job, the one you were pragmatically in agreement with, there you go. He's out. And this other one is in. Are you going to act like the way the Democrats did, especially the women, when Hillary lost? Are you going to be one of those Wesleyan girls that cry? Are you going to, what are you going to do? Are you going to deny? No, I'm not going to deny. I tell you what, I'm not going to do anything. But I do find myself, what's that song? Simon and Garfunkel, In Times of Trouble? No, it's the Beatles, right? I find myself in times of whatever. Sitting there going, this can't be happening. It just makes no sense to me. No, I don't want to do a political show. I'm not going to do a political show. I'm not going to talk about how bad these candidates were and how yet somehow they won, even though they never left their basement. And the other one is a complete, well, whatever. They're both complete boobs. It's just really hard for me to believe. And I just really still, I know there's a lot of people that feel the way I do. And I'm sure a lot of people felt that way when Hillary lost. They go, wait a minute, what? This can't be. And so, in complete honesty, let me share with you something. Before you go, are you just saying that because your guy lost? Yeah, well, yes. If my guy won, we wouldn't be talking about this at all. But in all honesty, and I've said this on this podcast before, election night 2016, I was at work, and I was driving from Rensselaer via Albany, I guess, I don't remember, to Syracuse, New York. I remember clearly. I remember working that election night 2016 and struggling to find why I didn't find it on a phone and listen to it via an app is beyond me. Probably because I was too tired to think about it in advance. And frankly, and this is all part of the honesty, you could be frank and you could be honest at the same time. You can have cake and eat it too, and you can be frank and honest. And whatever it is, the other thing I said before. By the way, 3 minutes and 22 seconds until I start yawning. Just taking a guess. I feel it. I feel like there's a yawn in me somewhere. I do have remnants of a coffee here in the coffee holder, but coffee cup holder. This would be a nice moment to have a vehicle where you can actually just pop in a Keurig in the dashboard instead of having a CD player, and then just have your car make coffee. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe not even Keurig. Whatever suits you. And I've said this on this podcast before, and I'll say it again. I'm driving westbound on I-90 on my way to Syracuse thinking, I'm going to hear any minute now, ladies and gentlemen, blah, 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 Hillary 65, Trump 35. Just across the board. I did not go around bragging, oh, yeah, Trump's got it in the bag. I had no idea. I knew how I felt. I didn't realize so much of the country felt the same way. Yes, I know he didn't win the popular vote. Wasn't that largely because of California and New York, maybe? It doesn't really matter. The process is electoral, and he won the electoral vote. So whatever. But that's not the point. The point is, I'm trying to be honest, and in all honesty, I really didn't think he was going to win. I just figured, okay, the media had their fun. They propped him up, which they did. First they denied him because, he's not going to. He's a showman. He's just doing this, to be selfish. And then he knocked everybody down one by one, sometimes two by two or whatever it was. Knocked them down, gave them nicknames, and then destroyed them. Whatever tactic he was using, he was winning. And I think I saw something like a documentary or some sort of news show where if you go back to the 2008 one, Barack Obama kind of did the same thing, but in a different way. So he did whatever he did. He was a great campaigner. So I was pretty sure he was going to win. that night in 2008 because how horrible the McCain campaign was, especially what they did to Sarah Palin. That was just abysmal, so abysmal. They only have themselves to blame. I think Barack Obama might have been beatable that night, but you just had to be very clear and powerful, and I don't think McCain and Palin were that. But to get back to the honesty part, I really didn't think that Trump was going to win. There was no way. I didn't think the country was that crazy behind him, even though he had large rallies then. And who did he run against? That person didn't have large rallies. Hillary. She was also another one who stayed in her basement or her dungeon or whatever. She had the cough. She had that crazy cough. And then at the end she passed out. That strange looking video, which it looks like it's staged, but she passed out. It's such a weird video. You know what I'm talking about? It was a hot day, and she kind of like slouched down, and the Secret Service caught her, and they picked her up, and they dragged her into the van, and they whisked her away. You never see her face, really. It seems like one of those Mission Impossible moments where they fake something. Look at that video. If I can find it, I'll post it on the Dumbing It Down with Dave Facebook group page. Whew. So, horrible campaigner. Didn't go to a lot of places or whatever. Going down the thruway, listening to the radio, waiting for the news, waiting for Trump to concede or the election to be a blowout. And it wasn't. So I'm being honest. I'm just telling you, I didn't think he was going to win. And in this particular case, I felt the same way about Joe Biden. He's not going to win. It's impossible. He's done nothing. He's done nothing in his career to spark. I guess it's going to be that show. I don't think this is really what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, you know the story. He's really had pretty much an abysmal career. Invisible until, for whatever reason, Barack Obama selected him to be the VP back in 2008. That was craziness. I'm surprised he didn't pick Hillary. If he's so damn liberal, right? Oh, I'm going to pick a woman. I'm going to pick the total opposite of me. I'm going to pick an uncool, short, I don't know if she's short, but whatever. I don't even know if he's tall. But a non-athletic, non-smoking white woman. That would have been pretty contrasting. I thought that would have been a good move. But he didn't. He picked the forgerer. Not the forgerer, whatever. The plagiarist. Joe Biden. Quid pro. So anyway, I still can't believe it, but I'm not going to be one of those people that cries. I'm not going to be one of those people that denies. I'm not going to talk about it with people. I'm not going to go around. I'm going to support him the way I support every president, by doing nothing, by staying out of the way and doing nothing. Letting him have at it. Have at it, Joe. You can't be much worse than so many other presidents. Probably you could, but let's hope you're not. And we'll see what happens. There's nothing I can do about it. I still got to go to work. I still got to stay awake. I still got to get through my day. So I'm doing the best I can. Okay. Where's the glasses? Anyway, real quickly, thank you, Alex Exum, at the top of the show for the intro. He does the voice at the intro, ALEXEXUM.com. And Hal in Philly with that great song, Going for a Drive. One of these days, that song will make him incredibly wealthy. Most likely posthumously. But it'll make him wealthy. Or his dog, his puppy, that you can see on Facebook. Just go to Joe Douglas, and not Joe Douglas, Hal, Joe Douglas. Oh my God, I am so done. Now I'm daydreaming as I do a show. No, Hal in Philly. Wow, that was pretty revealing. I'm sitting here driving a car, southbound on the thruway, just can't wait to go to sleep. But I can't go to sleep because I got things to do. Got to go pick up a car. I got things to do. Got to go make meatballs in a crock pot so I can have dinner tonight. Don't you have a wife, Dave? Yeah, but she's busy too. We're both busy. You got to help each other out. All right. And the AI voice, and there's a new one this week. You're going to hear a new one. Yes, if I time it right, you're going to hear a new one. Stay tuned to the end of the show. All I'm going to say is I think this one is sexy. This one, I enjoy. You're not supposed to have like thoughts and feelings about AI voices, but I like this one. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm tired. I don't want to reveal too much. There you go. It's one of those shows where I'm like drunk right now, basically, because I'm so sleep deprived and brain degraded. And I'm going to say things and I go, yeah, I'm just going to talk about that moment in my life, and then I'll go home. I guess I'll fall asleep. I'll wake up and I won't remember a thing. Then I go, what was I talking about? I don't even know what I just said just now. Okay, I got to pick up the pace here, Dave. Why don't you have a sip of coffee, Dave? There's only like a couple sips left. All right, here we go. I'm going to finish the McCafe cup. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Right, sure. That little sip, that'll wake me up. Yeah, so I got a new voice. All right, that'll be at the end of the show. Who cares? All right, let's. Did I say it was 28 degrees in New York? It's freezing. It felt colder than that. It says it feels like it's 19. And what else did I want to tell you about the weather? It's not. I can't tell you the sun is out because it's not even sunrise. I got into the car. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. Maybe it's sunrise now. How fascinating is this show? Do you like this show? This show is one sentence at a time. That's all I can mentally handle. There's no other show in the world. There's no other podcast in the world that has done the several things that I've done so far in this episode. All right? No other show has referred to itself as the award non-winning show. The award non-winning podcast. I'm the only show that is doing that. The only podcast right now that refers to itself as the award non-winning show. Award non-nominated as well. Award. Yes, it is award. Award non-recognized in anything. Even my own host company, Spreaker, they could care less. Everybody could care less. Except for you guys. You guys are great. And what was the other thing I did? I forget already. I'm so tired. Talk about how tired I am for how many shows in a row. That's a record. That's something you don't hear on other podcasts. All right. That sound you hear, if there was such a sound, is everybody shutting off their phones right now. Saying, I'm done with this. I can't listen to this. This is pathetic. This guy's in pain. If he's not in emotional pain, he's in physical pain with his lack of sleep. What was the other thing I did? I did something kind of interesting. Award non-winning. Yeah. Whatever. If I remember the other thing, then I'll talk about it. I can't remember what I did. Doesn't matter. Let's just, should we do listeners' comment? Oh, yeah. So it's not even sunrise yet. So, whatever. I don't think it's sunrise. All right, let's get rid of these things. Should we do listeners' comments? You want to do listeners' comments? There were two things. And I said, don't say this now. Don't forget it. So I said it. I said the thing that I said about whatever it is I said. And then I forgot the original thing I was going to say. Oh, my God. All right, let's just do listeners' comments. That'll help us out a lot. I got so many things to talk about. Oh, yeah, one sentence at a time. That's the other one. There's no podcast in the world right now that is doing their show, purposely or otherwise, one sentence at a time. That's about all I can handle. I can't even understand myself. I can't propel myself into normalcy right now. First day back at work last night. It's always the hardest. And then the next 4 days don't get much better. But the first day back is always the hardest. All right, let's put the glasses on. Let's read a little show description. Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. Question marks after both of them. In this episode, Dave talks about several things that may or may not be important to you, but they may or may not be important to me and other people as well. One of the things he talks about is healthcare. I wrote his. Is healthcare that people in the government have that the rest of the people of the United States don't have. He also talks about the Christmas holidays. All right. I don't remember it, but it says I did it. So, and I published it on December 23rd, 2020. It's an oldie but a goodie. All right, what are the comments? 9 comments. These glasses are working great. I started off by saying, thank you so much for listening and engaging with the show, more specifically this particular episode. I hope the show finds you well and safe if you happen to be listening during the Christmas and New Year's season of 2020, or really any time of the year as well. Oh boy, you gotta stay between the lines, Dave. Linda Irwin wrote 14 days ago, AI do not lie, though they may sometimes be mistaken. So if Harry confirms it, it is true. There you go. He was confirming that the show was rated D for dumb. I'll have to get somebody, Linda, I'll have to get somebody to confirm this is the award non-winning show. This is the series non-award winning, whatever, podcast. Linda Irwin also wrote, I am not very large. I would be the one to sit on the hump in the back seat, LOL. You know, depending on how you read that, there's a couple of ways to interpret that sentence. She would be the one sitting on the hump in the back seat of my Kia. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. No, you'd be sitting shotgun with me. See, I remembered shotgun. Linda Irwin also wrote, we were 2 last night. Oh, we were -2 last night. Clear skies. Wow. That's the trade-off that happens when you live in McCall, Idaho. They'll give you a clear night, but they're going to make it -2. You can't have your warm weather and eat cake too, or whatever they say. What do they say about weather? You can't have sunshine and get a tan too. I don't know what they say. Ooh. Linda Irwin wrote, you need insurance and health plans in order to get a free calendar in the mail every year. So I wasn't wearing my glasses. I said, why would I get a calendar in the mall? Just get a calendar in the mail. Right. That's very good, Linda. Time glasses down. Masks up. Glasses down. We give gift cards to the kids and grandkids. I buy pragmatic gifts for hubby. Oh, did I read this already? And I said, is that what they call them? Pragmatic? If we need the big fancy stuff, we buy it when we need it during the year. Yeah. Fancy, like fire extinguishers and things, forest fire prevention materials. I don't know. Oh, Patrick Maruki contributed to this episode by saying, King Dave, the pragmatic king. Wow. I like that. King Dave, the pragmatic king. Patrick Maruki also wrote 7 days ago, would universal health care be an answer? Not really sure what it consists of, though. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's the solution. Oh, but thank you, Patrick. I appreciate you contributing. Patrick Maruki also wrote, posted some healthcare info in the Facebook group. I still have yet to look at it and read it. I've just been really super tired. Just don't have the energy to do anything right now. I can't wait to pull over and get some sleep. All right, got a couple of minutes left. Let's do another show, if I have one. This should be my last episode. That was the name of this episode. Wow. Everybody's hanging up. Everybody's already stopped listening. Now I'm just by myself. Now I can do whatever I want. In this episode, the show notes say, have something to say about this episode, call the Dumbing It Down with Dave hotline for free via 3477 I am dumb or 347-746-3862. Keep it under 60 seconds or less with clean language, and maybe I'll play it on the next show. There you go. Oh, man. Beat is all hell. Doing the loop-de-loop in Coxsackie right now. I really think I should pull into the Sunoco and get something. Oh, what am I going to get? What am I going to get that's going to keep me awake? I don't know. Is it worth it for me to go in there? I think it is because I'm really super tired. All right. Wait, what happened here? Is this the show I want to read from? Yeah, I wrote 6 days ago. Thank you so much for your patience, engagement, and support. I greatly appreciate it. Here's to 2021. Happy New Year, everybody. Hey, look at me celebrating. I never celebrate. Linda Irwin wrote, I think I was talking about driving long distance. Linda Irwin wrote, we drove that far to Seattle, Washington on May 6, 2019. Am I still recording? I just dozed off during the show. That's the first. I'm sitting here thinking about what I was going to say. Wow, that's pretty unprofessional. Did you enjoy that? How long was I out for? Okay, got a minute to go. No, we have 3 minutes to go. I got to do a show. I was reading comments. Oh, so Linda Irwin wrote 5 days ago. We drove that far to Seattle, Washington on May 9th, 2019, and then back again on May 20th, 2019. 11 days. Thank you, Linda. Linda Irwin wrote, we sent gift cards to the kids and grandkids. They said nothing about it. Hubby was okay with what I got him, but did not seem thrilled. 2020 strikes again. I did get what I wanted, so at least one of us was happy. Oh, jeez. What a marriage. Linda Irwin wrote, I am glad you're stepping down on the commitments. A bit of free time to do what you want will help your health and state of mind. Yeah, I got to do that. I said I was going to do it, right? I should do it. Linda Irwin also wrote, I will be here in 2021. All right, there you go. I can't believe I just dozed off to the show. By the way, so that's yet another thing that I've done that no other podcaster has done. I can't imagine that there are other podcasters that are falling asleep during the show, especially when it's a solo show. It's not even like I'm in the studio and I'm listening to somebody talk and I pass out. It was just me all by myself. I can't wait to hear what that sounds like. It's really funny. Is this the last episode? Take your frustrations out on a sandwich. All right, we're almost at the end. All right, you know what? I can't do. I'm going to save this show. I have how many comments so far? 19. Wow, that's great. All right, so I can't do all 19. We will have to do Take Your Frustrations Out on a Sandwich bonus episode another time. Maybe that'll be my second episode this week, even though I said I was only going to do one episode a week from here on in, but I don't really know. All I know is, folks, that this show is a very good example of what sleep deprivation and brain degradation will do to you. And I am experiencing it right now in front of all of you. And it is painful. Painful. Anyway, that's it. It's time to say goodbye. You ready to say goodbye? Thank you, Linda. Appreciate your help here.
If you are enjoying these shows, please like and subscribe. Also, share them with your social media. Feel free to comment in the Spreaker chat box or call the dumb line at 347-746-3862. Please keep your messages to 60 seconds or less and keep them clean. No profanity. Keep listening and engage. Do it because I ask you to. This is the Raven out.
Raven out. I like her voice. It does something for me. Kind of like makes me feel a tingle somewhere. Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you for listening to this episode of Dumbing It Down with Dave. Goodbye, good day, good night, good luck, good riddance, good rats, Godspeed, and great skills. Take care. Thanks for staying awake, even though I couldn't. Thanks for staying involved, even though I couldn't. Thank you for everything, guys. I really appreciate it. 2021. We're going to be okay.